Welcome to Virtual Parent Night. It would be wonderful to see you all. However, given the situation, it's probably a good idea that we're at home at this point, and that has certainly not stopped me from really enjoying my AP US Government and Politics students this year. They're engaged, they're excited, they participate, they ask a lot of questions. And I think that that's really wonderful. I've taught AP US Government for about 17 years. It's one of my favorite things to teach. I have also scored exams out in Salt Lake City and have really enjoyed getting to know people around the country who are teaching AP Gov. And here in our department, of course, it's wonderful to be able to talk to Mr. Campbell, who also teaches AP Gov, and we have plenty of really good conversations, share information, and just really wonderful. Wow, what an amazing time to be studying AP US government. This is going to be a great time to delve deeply into the study of our government and US political culture. With the presidential election coming up, it should be particularly interesting to learn and discuss the issues related to elections. It's not what you would call an easy class, but I really believe that when students participate, when they do the work, they will come out with a much better understanding of our government. And I always tell them they will probably know more than 99.9% of the American public. They will understand the founding documents. They will understand the ways in which those documents align themselves and continue to reflect many of the issues that we see today in our government. Together, I want us to encourage one another, challenge one another, and most importantly, learn from one another. I always encourage students to ask questions. There's a lot of, particularly some of the documents that we're going to be reading, were written in the 18th century. So there are some differences in the way in which we're used to reading and writing, but the students always come out far ahead and really have a better understanding, of course, of what we see every day. So the course description, of course, follows all of the requirements of AP US Government and Politics. Our AP US Government and Politics will have at its core an approach that encourages, entices, and engages students in the study of political institutions and the processes of American government. Fundamental to your students' understanding will be many assignments using a wide range of material from textbooks, print media, TV, and films, as well as primary sources. Using these resources will allow your student to apply classwork to real-world events. They will be expected to think critically in reading and writing assignments. And I do have to say that the more conversation the students have, the more questions that they ask, obviously they will get so much more out of this, and it becomes a much more enjoyable class. So what does your student need? Materials for AP US Government and Politics. Absolutely a notebook for writing notes. I am a big believer in the process of writing and how that helps students to really better understand and actually better process the information. They should have highlighters, post-it notes. At some point we may use some color pencils, markers, pens, or pencils, but at this point it's really about writing the information. They will be asked to print out various documents for homework or in-class reading. So I will kind of keep that, but honestly, I really believe that having a really good notebook and maybe a file, a folder of some sort to hold those documents that they're printing out and reading. I am all about communication. Please contact me should you have any questions or concerns. Should your student have questions or need clarifications on specific topics, please encourage them to always feel free to contact either via email or through Remind. Engage your students, encourage them to ask questions, do research, and find in real time some of the topics we are discussing in class. Provide students with different media outlets in which to better understand the day-to-day goings-on in our government. One of the things that we absolutely do in my classes is to respect one another's opinions. There's so much noise out there right now with regarding politics and government. My goal is to really get the students engaged in the foundations of U.S. government. That is really a way for them to better understand what's going on in a less noisy way, so to speak. So in any case, thank you for attending this virtual parent night. And should you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.